What's up, you fat yogis? You've been snacking, haven't you? Treating cheese like it's the bottom of the food pyramid, chocolate at every meal, beer for breakfast? That's okay, me too. The only thing worse than feeling fat and out of shape is being twisted into all kinds of positions that remind you just how fat and out of shape you are. We're not gonna let it get in the way of the yoga though. This is an easy little routine without too much forward folding, not too much mat work to keep us moving while we get back in the shape and keep us in the habit of practice. Let's do this together. All right, chubs, middle of the mat, standing position, mountain sort of, but we're gonna give ourselves a break since we're out of shape. Imagine mountain pose, neutral pelvis. We're gonna let our feet go a little bit wider, maybe about hip width, turn the toes out just a little bit. Find a straight, tall, still position, even when we're out of shape, that should be possible. By the way, I say fat with tongue in cheek. I'm talking about being out of shape and feeling a little chunky because you've overdone it, not because you're seriously obese. If you're seriously obese, you should probably see a doctor or pull up a chair and try this anyway. This is for people who've gained a little weight, like, maybe like 35 pounds or so, like I seem to do every winter. From mountain pose, modified mountain pose, shoulders up, back and down, chin off the chest. Just find some stillness with your palms forward and a couple of deep breaths. If you have to move your waistband down a little bit to make room for your tummy, that's okay. This is yoga at home. There's no one to impress. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth, big inhale through the nose. And on this exhale, let's just reach down and to the right. Little side body stretch on the left part of the body. Inhale back to the middle. And exhale, opposite side, stretch on the right. Palms still face forward, scapula still together. Inhale through the middle. Big exhale down to the right, stretch the left side of the body. Inhale through the middle. Big exhale down to the left. There's a couple more of these on our own. Inhale, exhale. Try to stretch this whole side of the ribs, the love handle perhaps, maybe into the lats. Big inhale, middle. Big exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale to the middle. Let's put our hands in our back pockets, squeeze our shoulders together, push the hips and the big fat tummy forward, look up and back, little stretch of the spine. With a bend in the knees, we're gonna round the shoulders forward. So imagine we're doing a cat pose. We're just upright and not squishing our chubby, cheesy tummy too much. Hands to the pockets. Inhale, hips forward. Try to squeeze your elbows together. Chest up, chin up. Exhale, bringing it forward, rounding that spine, cat style. A couple of more of these. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, rounding the back, inhale, one more, exhale. Let's come back to this modified mountain. Feet are about hip width, shoulder blades together. Shoulders down off the ears, palms forward, neutral pelvis. Let's shift a little bit of weight to the left and barely engage that left leg by bending it just a little bit, like a quarter of an inch, so we can take the right leg off. If you're really out of shape, just take off the heel. If you're doing okay, float that foot. If you can bring that knee up in line with the hip, we're trying to engage the legs before we start really moving them. Invite a little blood to flow. Remember to breathe. Slight little micro bend in the standing leg. When you're ready, set it down and shift. Remember, you don't have to lift the leg. You don't have to lift it all the way up. Maybe you barely get it up. Maybe it's up and down because your balance is lousy when you gain weight. Little micro bend in the right and try to bring the left knee up in line with that hip. Peel the toes back, palms still face forward. Just trying to engage the legs, inviting a little blood. When you're ready, set it down. A little wider with the stance. Toes point out. Bend the knees and fold forward. Make room for your stomach and whatever weight you might have gained to go between the legs. It's not a big fancy forward fold like we try to do to stretch the hamstrings. We're just setting some traction in the back, kind of giving ourselves permission to have like not so great a form since we're not in such great a shape. Nice and easy. We'll bring it up one vertebrae at a time. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's go to the back of the mat. We're going to do a modified little flow to keep the pressure off of our wrists and stop squishing our stomach into our lungs and making us short of breath, okay? So from here, back of the mat, still a little more than hip width. Toes point out. We're going to bend our knees as far as we want. Reach our hands forward. Maybe you're barely bending them. Maybe you're really fancy and you bring your heels up. Whatever works for you. We're trying to get our hands close to the mat. So nice and slow. Find a way to plant. Make a bear pose. Really lazy, lousy bear. My knees are pointed out a little bit. My weight's quite a bit forward instead of driving back. This is just a way to get us down to the mat. Remember to breathe. Let's shift a little left, right leg up. Engage the upper body. Set it down. Shift a little right, left leg up. Engage that upper body. One more time each side. Shift a little left, right leg up. Try to engage the core if there's any left. Shift a little right, left leg up. Now, nice and easy, we push the hands back to the feet. Rise up, hands on hips. Shift to the right. And nice and easy, as far as we can step the left foot forward and keep the back heel down. So we have two straight legs now. Maybe that's not very far at all. That's fine. It's still a stretch for you. Try to pull the right hip forward. Pull the left hip back. Stand up straight. Remember to breathe. Super modified lunge. In fact, it's more of a pyramid than a lunge. Now we're going to make it a little lunge. Let the back heel up. Go down as far as you want. Maybe not very far because there's pressure on your knees. Maybe a long way. Try to keep those shoulders over your hips. We're going to turn the back heel down. Open it up. Nice and easy. Warrior B. Remember to breathe. And now we'll rest that front hand for a side angle with support. That front forearm on the front thigh. Back arm is going to be straight behind us. Palm faces out. Remember to breathe. Try not to squish too much into the stomach here. Now a really easy twist, the only one I promise. You may want to block, so look down and reach down. Right hand on the block. Back heel up. Left arm out. You want to lift it high, good for you. You want to keep it level, still just an easy little twist. Remember to breathe. And we'll set both hands down, back to that bear. Settle in, no big deal. That's the flow. Told you it'd be easy since we're so fat. Walk those hands back, nice and easy. Rise up, nice and easy. Hands on hips. Controlled big step forward with the right. As far forward as you want to go to keep that back heel down. Left hip forward, right hip back. Facing the front. Remember to breathe, still standing up tall. Doesn't matter how wide your legs are, it's just a little stretch of this psoas of the back leg. Now we'll bring the back heel up, bend into the front knee just a little bit of a real lunge. Spin the back heel, open it up, warrior B. It doesn't matter how low you are. In fact, you could be way up here with like a 1-inch bend. Make sure you're looking down so you can see your own toe. That way you're not geeking your knee in. Remembering to breathe, and we'll rest the front forearm on the front thigh. Back arm back, and palm facing away to the left side of the mat. Look down, reach down, maybe use that block. Back heel up, right arm out to the right. You can go higher if you want, but all we have to do today is reach it out. Nice and easy, even when we're out of shape, we can still do yoga. Think about how much fun we had filling up on cheese and crackers and chocolate and pie and maybe a few beers here and there. Let's plant the hands, fingertips maybe, step it back, find that lazy bear. Nice and easy. Roll it up to standing. Hands on hips, big breath, and step forward. Far as you want, doesn't have to be very far. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back. A little stretch of this right psoas muscle. And we'll sink into a real lunge. Back heel off the mat. Turn it into warrior B. Doesn't matter how low you go. It's still a warrior B as long as the back leg's straight, the front leg's bent. Arms out in opposite directions. Resting the front forearm on the front thigh. Arm is back. Shoulders are stacked. Palm faces out. Remember to breathe. Look down and reach down. Lift the back heel. Set your block. And arm out straight. Tiny little twist. Not too much pressure on this tummy. And when it's even on both sides, hands down, stepping it back. Find a bear pose. Not the world's greatest bear, but that's okay. It's yoga at home. You're not being graded. Step it back nice and easy. Roll it up. Hands on hips. Big step forward with the right. As far as you can go. To keep that back heel down. Hips pull right back, left forward. Standing up tall, shoulders over hips. Now we can lift the back heel. Bend into a little bit of a lunge. Open it up, warrior B. Rest the right forearm. Left arm out straight. Palm faces down, parallel to the mat. Look down, reach down, lift the back heel, set your block. Twist. Remember to breathe. Palm faces out. Easy little movement. Remember, it's just a tiny twist of the spine, so your arms can go wherever you want them. You could even rest them down if they're sore. And when you're even on both sides, palms to the mat, fingertips to the mat, stepping it back. Find that junkie bear. Let's do this again, speed it up just a little. Hands go back, rise up slow. Hands on hips, left foot steps. Little stretch of the right psoas. Bend in, make it a real lunge, front leg bent, back leg straight. Open it up. Lazy little warrior two. Rest it, left arm on left leg. Reach back, palm out, palm behind, palm up, whatever feels good. Look down, reach down, place your block. Left arm out, make it parallel, pull it back, reach it high, whatever works for you. And remember to breathe. Hands down, stepping it back. Find that bear. Palms travel back to the feet. Rise up. Stepping the right foot forward. 2 straight legs. Left hip forward, right hip back. Remember to breathe. Shoulders over hips. Bend in, make it a real lunge, not too deep. Open it up. Warrior B. Make sure that knee's not tracking in and putting inside pressure. Rest the right forearm. Have it out, have it back, have it up. Whatever works for you, creating a comfortable twist. Look down, reach down, set your block, back heel up. Right arm back, behind, up, out, wrap. You make the call. Hands down, stepping it back, find the bear. Last time through, just a little bit faster, maybe on about a breath. So hands go slowly back to the feet, rise up nice and slow. Hands on hips, stepping it forward. Big breath, bend the knee, lunge. Inhale, open it up, warrior B. Exhale down, inhale, arm. Inhale, exhale down, set your block. Little twist of your choice. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping it back. Find that bear for just a second. Knees are bent, plenty of room for that tummy to go between the legs. Stepping it back. Rise up nice and easy, hands on hips, stepping it forward. Big inhale. Find a real lunge. Exhale and inhale. Warrior B. Brace the front arm. Whatever you want with the back arm. Look down, reach down. Inhale, twist. Look down, reach down. Plant the hands. Back to bear. Nice and easy. We'll step it up, find our way to the middle of the mat, facing to the side. Little straddle stretch, still plenty of room for the tummy. Set your block down if you want. We're gonna straighten our arms, hands on hips, really flat back, as far as we can go to stretch the hammies. Maybe it feels good just to float here. Maybe you wanna brace off your block. Maybe you were really warmed up, you wanna plant your palms. Imagine dropping your body down, leaving yourself plenty of room to breathe. Let's go hands on hips. Try to flatten the back to come up again. Arms up, star pose. Toes out, heels in, squat down, goddess. You don't have to go very far. No matter how far you go, don't make yourself lean over. You're still upright, toes out, knees out, heels in. Sweep the arms, inhale, back to star, hands on hips, forward folding. Doesn't have to go very far. Maybe you stop right here and hold it. Maybe you brace the block. Maybe you can get all the way down, whatever feels good. When you're ready, flat back, rise up. Inhale, star, toes out. Exhale, goddess. Female yogi squat. Sweep, reach. Last forward fold. From here, find your way to a seated position. So it doesn't matter how sloppy it is. Maybe you jump, maybe you literally, go down like a chubby old 48-year-old. All we want to do is cross the legs, round the back a few more times, cat-cow style, and then we'll finish with a hip stretch, modified pigeon, so we're not down squishing around on all this holiday fat. So from here, resting the hands on the knees, round, and don't roll forward when you're round. Push your spine back, leave yourself room to breathe. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Should be a cat-cow sensation without too much of a crunch. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Little stretch of the shoulders and the scapula, and then a quick hip stretch, and we'll be finished. So find a cross grip. It doesn't matter if you barely grab your elbows, if you hug yourself, if you can make it all the way to an eagle type movement. We're gonna lean the back away as we point the elbows forward. So it should be a stretch across the upper back, like between your scapula, and a big stretch of the top arm. So for me, that's the left. Even if I'm here, when I drive my elbows forward and the middle of my back away, I really feel it on the outside of this delt. Back upright and switch the grip. So we'll go this time left under or opposite of whatever you had. It doesn't matter. Again, you can just hug yourself. Maybe you barely find the thumb grip. Maybe you can get pretty close to this eagle type of a wrap. Shoulders forward. Separating the scapula, elbows forward, middle of the back away, like two opposite movements. So the stretch for me really is on the top shoulder, it's on the right. And if you're doing the hug, it should be generally the same sensation. When you're even on both sides, back out of it. Let's take the left foot back, so we're gonna fall to the right, swing the left foot away, make sort of like this backwards S. We're aiming for the front hip, so from here it's up to you, depending on how flexible you are, how much tummy you got in the way. I like to lean toward the leg and then move myself slightly in toward the foot. So really good stretch. Similar benefits to pigeon without getting so crunched up and putting so much pressure on the joint. So again, I like to lean comfortably over the front leg and then shift myself toward the foot to feel the stretch on the outside. You can go down as far as is comfortable, depending on your fitness level. The idea is maybe do this routine a few times to take off a couple pounds and get the blood moving, and then step up the pace to a little more intermediate vinyasa. When this feels really good, we'll switch it out. Left in front, right in back. This does create an S if you're reading from left to right. Leaning over the front leg, then shift the weight, shift the torso over toward the foot. Low as you want to be. You could be way the heck up here. If you feel like you need a reset, back it out over the thigh and then shift it over toward the foot. And when you're even on both sides, back up to a seated position. Maybe cross-legged, maybe resting back, maybe on your knees, whatever works. 3 deep breaths to finish it out. Think about how fun it is to overeat sometimes, and then how good it feels to get your body moving again. And how things in life tend to move in cycles. Even the people you think are super fit on Instagram are not that fit year-round. Most of them get in incredible shape and take lots of photos in like different clothing with different backgrounds and stuff, so it makes it look like they're fit all year. Most of them are not. Most of them forget yoga. Most of us sometimes have too many beers. Most of us sometimes overeat. That's okay as long as it's a cycle. That means you return to where you were at one time or another. Don't let being out of shape and feeling like a fat turd get in the way of your yoga. You can do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the little bell to keep track of how great a shape I'm getting in 2022. Namaste.